Welcome to Soul Living. Take a breath, slow down, and let design remind you how peace feels. In a world that rarely pauses, there is something quietly revolutionary about turning the forgotten side yard, that narrow, sun-drenched corridor beside the house, into a living, breathing, tropical sanctuary. It is not about size, but about intention. These small pockets of land, often overlooked, hold the potential to become private paradises where humidity kisses the skin, leaves whisper overhead, and every step feels like stepping out of time. Today we walk through 11 gentle ideas, each one an invitation to slow the heart, soften the breath, and remember that home can feel like an endless summer morning, no matter where you are. Imagine waking to the sound of a single droplet sliding from a monstera leaf onto stone. The boundary wall is no longer a wall. It has become a living screen of split bamboo and climbing philodendron, dissolving the line between inside and out. Sunlight filters in thin golden blades through the gaps, painting moving patterns on the terracotta floor. You step barefoot. The ground is warm, slightly damp, alive. A narrow water channel, no wider than your hand, carries the quiet murmur of moving water from one end to the other, a thread of life that makes the air cooler, sweeter. Here, privacy is not achieved by hiding, but by softening. The world outside fades behind layers of green, and in its place rises a gentle hush that feels like being held. This is the moment the side yard stops being a passage and begins being a destination, a place where the soul exhales. Evening falls, and the narrow yard awakens in amber light. Handmade rattan lanterns hang at varying heights along a winding path of black river stones. Each lantern glows softly, as though it carries its own small moon. Palms and bird's nest ferns lean overhead, their fronds catching the light like dark lace against the sky. You walk slowly. There is no hurry here, feeling the cool stones beneath your feet and the faint scent of night-blooming jasmine rising. This is not decoration, it is ritual. The path invites you to leave the day behind, to move from the brightness of the house into the tender mystery of night. And when you reach the small wooden bench at the end, tucked beneath a traveler's palm, you sit and realize the lanterns have been guiding not just your feet, but your thoughts towards stillness. After the storm, the side yard drinks. A shallow depression lined with river rock and moisture-loving plants, taro, canna, ginger, becomes a mirror for the sky. Water collects briefly, then slowly seeps away, leaving everything greener, heavier with scent. You stand at the edge in the quiet that follows rain, watching droplets tremble on the wide leaves of elephant ears. The air is thick, electric, grateful. This tiny engineered wetland does more than beautify. It teaches patience. It reminds you that even in the smallest space, there is room for cycles, for holding, for releasing, for renewal. On ordinary days, it is simply lush and textured. On rainy days, it becomes a living poem about letting go. Look up. Where once there was only blank wall and harsh sun, now hangs a cascading forest. Staghorn ferns, tillandsias, and trailing pothos are mounted on cedar boards or suspended in macrame, creating a vertical jungle that softens architecture and cools the air. Morning light catches the undersides of leaves, turning them translucent emerald. From below, the plants seem to float weightless. You pass beneath this green canopy and feel suddenly sheltered, as if the sky itself has lowered to embrace you. The hanging forest proves that paradise does not need acreage, only imagination and a willingness to grow upward when the ground is scarce. At the point where concrete meets earth, a threshold of ancient basalt stones is half buried in velvet moss and baby tears. Small tropical ferns sprout between the cracks like gentle surprises. Every time you cross from the hard lines of the house into the garden, your footfall softens. The temperature drops a degree, the noise of the world dims. This is intentional transition, a quiet ceremony built into the architecture of coming and going. The stones have been there longer than the house, longer than you. They remind you that home is not just what we build, but what we allow to grow over and around it. A slim copper sheet, no wider than a doorway, is affixed to the sidewall. Water trickles silently down its surface, catching light and throwing it back in trembling ribbons. At its base, a narrow trough overflows into a bed of black mondo grass and ferns. The sound is almost nothing, a whisper you feel more than hear, yet it changes everything. Heat dissolves, thoughts slow. Children press their hands to the cool metal and laugh at the surprise of water. In a space too narrow for a pond, this vertical stream becomes an entire ocean of calm. Tucked into the shadiest bend, where the fence meets the house, grows a constellation of scent. Gardenia, ylang ylang, frangipani, and jasmine layered, so their perfumes rise in waves. White flowers against deep green, lit by a single uplight at night. You do not need to see this corner to know it is there. The air tells you. On warm evenings, the fragrance drifts through open windows and settles into pillows, into dreams. It is proof that even the smallest, darkest space can become the heart of a home if you plant it with memory and sweetness. A simple grid of black bamboo creates a living room without walls. Inside this green enclosure, a low teak bench, a single ceramic stool, and nothing more. The bamboo filters wind into a hush and sunlight into dappled coins on the ground. Sitting here feels like being inside a breath. The space is barely 3 meters wide, yet it contains infinity, the kind of infinity you can touch, smell, hear. You realize that enclosure does not always mean confinement. Sometimes it means protection, intimacy, peace. Crushed white coral and broken conch shells form a pale path that glows under moonlight. On either side, low-growing tropical ground covers, Wooddelia, beach sunflower, spider lily, spill over the edges, softening the line. Walking here barefoot at night feels like walking along the memory of an ocean. The shells crunch gently, a quiet percussion that marks sacred territory. This path says, even far from the sea, we can carry its calm inside the bones of our homes. A triangle of towering traveler's palms and golden cane palms rises like cathedral spires above the narrow yard. Their fronds interlock high overhead, forming a vaulted green ceiling that turns harsh midday sun into cool aquatic light. Beneath, everything feels underwater in the best way. Hushed, weightless, safe. Hammock chairs sway lazily between trunks. Time stretches. You lie back, look up through layers of green, and understand why ancient cultures worship trees. Because sometimes a roof of leaves is the most honest architecture there is. At the far end, where the side yard opens back to the world, stands a gate made not of wood or iron, but of living plants, a lattice of thunbergia and passionflower vines trained over a simple frame. In full bloom, it is a curtain of blue and purple. In the morning, it is heavy with dew. To leave the garden, you must part the flowers with your hands, brushing petals against your skin, carrying their scent with you like a blessing. This gate never truly closes. It teaches that the boundary between sanctuary and the world should always be gentle, permeable, alive. And when you return home hours later, tired from the day, you reach for the flowers again, and the garden reaches back. That's all for today. Take a moment to breathe, to feel at home, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more peaceful inspirations from Sullivan.